Open any feed right now, and you'll be flooded with lists of 101 ways to force AI into your daily routine. We try to integrate all these recommendations to stay productive, but often we end up spending more time managing the software than doing the actual work. The core problem here is implementation friction. Tasks that used to take seconds of human intuition suddenly require paragraphs of specific instructions, followed by multiple rounds of manual corrections to fix the AI's mistakes. To actually gain efficiency, you have to throw out almost every generic AI hack and isolate the few specific tasks where the technology genuinely multiplies your output. To do that, we need an objective way to measure the return on investment for your daily schedule. This chart maps it out. On the horizontal axis, we plot the friction, the actual effort required to prompt and edit. On the vertical axis, we measure the leverage, how much time you save or how quality improves. An ideal daily habit must sit right here in the top left quadrant, low friction to use with a high leverage payout. Most 101 lists fail this test. Let's plot the most common use cases onto this matrix to see which survive. We'll start with the most heavily promoted daily habit, using AI to draft your emails and basic admin messages. The standard workflow seems fast. You feed the system 3 quick bullet points, and it instantly generates a complete, polite message. But the text usually sounds like a corporate robot wrote it. You inevitably spend the next 5 minutes rewriting the draft so you don't sound completely unnatural to your colleagues. Look at where this lands on our matrix, down in the bottom right. The heavy editing time makes it high friction, resulting in a negative return on your time. Now, let's look at a completely different category, blank page syndrome. Staring at a blank screen is universally paralyzing. But if you dump a mess of unstructured thoughts into a prompt, the AI can rapidly generate multiple, distinct structural concepts for your project. You surrender initial creative control, but you instantly bypass the procrastination phase and get something to react to. Back on our matrix, ideation fits the top left. Very little effort to start, with massive leverage and establishing your momentum. The software is terrible at mimicking your personal voice, but it excels at organizing your initial thought process. Let's transition to using AI as a search engine replacement for factual research. Getting a single, confident paragraph explaining a complex tax law or medical query is much more appealing than clicking through a dozen links. The danger here is confident hallucinations. The system can and will present completely fabricated data as absolute, verifiable fact. Because of that risk, you are forced to independently verify the data anyway. You effectively double your workload. On the matrix, factual research drops into the bottom right, carrying a massive hidden time cost. Finally, we have complex personal automations, like dynamic macro tracking or customized travel itineraries. Setting these up requires intense upfront friction. You have to write rigid rules and provide heavy, exact context. But once those parameters are locked in, the system runs automatically in the background, compounding your time savings month after month. This places complex automations firmly in the top right quadrant for power users. High effort, but extremely high reward. AI demands heavy verification for facts, but heavily rewards those who invest the time to build strict operational rules. To apply this to your own life, match the tools strictly to your primary bottleneck. This flowchart maps out the decision. Depending on your goal, you're either trying to save admin time, overcome creative block, or do deep research. If you're a cautious beginner, follow the creative block path straight to ideation. Using it to brainstorm guarantees zero risk of factual errors, and it gets you working immediately. Pinpointing a single pain point guarantees a positive return on your time. For the time-poor optimizer, the deep research path hits a hard stop. Reclaiming hours of lost productivity means doing high-stakes research manually to guarantee accuracy. And the admin path requires an advanced commitment to building complex automations, not just typing basic prompts. You don't need a list of 101 ways to use AI in your daily life. The true skill going forward is knowing exactly when it's more efficient to just leave it turned off.